Hey, I'm Holland, a children's librarian here at the Benjamin L. Hook Central Library. Welcome back to another episode of Community Art Academy, which is a partnership between Memphis Public Library and the University of Memphis' Art Education Department. Today's art lesson is Paper Bag Trees, and our book that will go along with the lesson is called The Forever Tree by Teresa Surratt and Donna Lucas, and it's illustrated by Nicola Slater. This is a true story about a tree that grew from something more than water and sunshine. It grew from love. The animals knew the tree was very special, which is why they held all of their sleepovers, weddings, and championship bingo tournaments inside. They fed the tree with laughter, singing, and dancing, and from its deepest roots to its highest branches, that's how the tree grew strong and tall and proud. The raccoons were in charge of keeping the tree neat and tidy. They carefully cleaned it every day with gentle paws. The squirrels stocked the tree with books and games and colorful party supplies. The chipmunks, they adored the tree too, but they were often distracted by the shapes of clouds and thoughts of chestnuts, and so none of their chores ever really got done. For years, the animals had the tree all to themselves. So very many surprise parties, first kisses, and secret squirrel social scout meetings happened there. One day, an unexpected visitor arrived, a grandfather. He was a strong and tall and proud man. He knew that the tree was special too. He threw a rope up and over its sturdiest limb. His hands worked quickly and with love. The next morning, a little girl named Charlie came out to play. She saw the swing her grandfather had made just for her. "Thank you, grandfather," said Charlie. Push me, please." The raccoons, squirrels, and chipmunks all stopped what they were doing. People had never noticed the special tree before. And from the grandfather's act of love, something new and beautiful began to grow. Every day, Charlie's grandfather pushed her on the swing. Soon, more children came. They brought their mothers, their fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers. They pumped their legs and voices up to the sky. At first, the animals were worried, maybe even a little annoyed. This was their special tree. They weren't quite sure they wanted to share it. The raccoons began plotting a revolution underground. The squirrels argued for animal and people togetherness. The chipmunks were not so much help at all because they were still gazing at the clouds. But the people turned out to be good neighbors. They were kind to the animals and their beloved tree. They shared their most delicious snacks. The raccoons advised the animals, be nice and don't bite. The swinging went on for many days, for months and years. There were more graduation picnics, polka parties, and hide-and-seek contests than you could count on all your paws. There was always love and laughter, and it kept the tree growing strong and tall and proud. But one spring, after a long, hard winter, the tree did not wake up with budding leaves. The tree did not wake up at all. That spring, Grandfather did not return either. Oh, how Charlie and the raccoons and the squirrels and the chipmunks cried. Then official people came, and they said that the tree was now unsafe. Animals didn't know what this meant. They felt afraid. The raccoons organized an emergency meeting. They had heard of people who knew how to fix things, people who knew how to use their hearts and brains and hands to make things that last forever. Special people who believed that something beautiful is always worth saving. The animals began their search. The raccoons identified architects by poking inside their recycling bins. The squirrels found carpenters by following the scent of wood they whispered in their sleeping ears. The chipmunks lured artists with a trail of chestnuts and wild red berries arranged in impossibly intricate swirls. Planners and builders of all kinds were found, and together they came up with an idea to save the tree. They thought, sketched, and measured. They sawed and scurried and sanded. Day and night they worked quickly, skillfully, and with love. When the tree house was built, the people and animals agreed. It was the perfect place to hold their most special weddings, sleepovers, and championship bingo tournaments. They promised each other that their tree would stand forever, tall and proud and strong. The swing would always hang from its sturdiest limb. And somewhere, way, way up above, the grandfather looked down and smiled. The end.
Hi, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Zoe.
And we're from the University of Memphis Art Education Department. And today we'll be making paper trees based on the book The Forever Tree by Donna Lucas and Teresa Surratt.
And the artist that we'll be basing our trees off of is Yukin Terua, who is a Japanese artist based in New York and Berlin, who makes trees and fauna through recycled materials, such as toilet paper rolls, shopping bags, and paper brown bags.
Recycled materials that you can use for this project can be Kroger bags, McDonald's bags, candy wrappers, or anything you might find that looks like trash but can be turned into something beautiful.
The supplies that you'll be using today is construction paper or colored tissue paper, a pair of scissors, and make sure using your scissors that you use it with parent permission and supervision, your stick of glue, and of course, a brown paper bag.
So one way you can do this project, you don't even need scissors, you can just rip the bag like this. To make the branches. You're going to open up the bag, hold it down, and start twisting. And once you twist the trunk, you can start twisting the branches any size that you want them to.
And what she's doing right now is creating line variation, which is the difference, it's the thinness or thickness of certain lines to kind of show your own individuality into those branches.
You can twist as many and rip as many as you want.
It's also important to add that it's very important for you to have your own individuality when creating a tree. Remember, you don't have to do it exactly how we're doing it. Any way that you want to make your tree is perfect.
So once you have your branches, you grab that blue stick. And I crumbled up some little pieces to make it look like flowers. We also cut out a few flowers, but you can just rip off some pieces of paper, glue it to the end of your branches. Now you've got flowers and leaves. So here's one example of a tree, we just did the ribbing method. And I added some flowers to the piece. I did like a spring tree. If you use white, you can make a winter tree, a green tree. Color variation.
And the next method is the cutting method with our scissors. And the scissors will allow you to cut more controlled branches. And we will be cutting to about right here. And let's see. The cutting method is a good way of controlling the width and the depth of your branches and also of how thick or thin you want them. And make sure what you're seeing here is that I am cutting away from myself and not to myself. And just like the other tree, we are going to be twisting our base. Make sure to put your hand into the bag to kind of get that lower base right here onto the table. Just going to hold the base down and then twist your branches. This way you're going to have a lot more branches, and this way it will be more crazy, just like this branch right here, of where they're going different directions, and they can be any variety of tree. This more is like a willow. So I'm just going to make sure I am defining the space a little bit more so it doesn't start falling down on me. And just like the other tree, I will be twisting the branches. When I'm twisting my branches, I'm twisting about 2 pieces of paper or 3, really getting that line variation in there. Making sure that I keep the base steady and twist as much as I can. The next type of method we're going to use is that we're going to be using a hot glue instead of regular stick glue. And make sure, kids, that when you're using your hot glue that you're doing it with parent supervision, because it is hot. Also make sure that when you're starting your glue gun that you're having a piece of paper or cardboard under to make sure that it doesn't drip everywhere. So what I am going to start is I'm going to kick back the stand. I'm going to take one of my leaves. Go ahead and spritz a little bit of glue. Kick that stand back up. And I'm going to put it right here. And here I have my first leaf. So I'm going to keep doing that with my little flower beds. wherever I want them to be placed. Again, you are making your own forever tree. So just make it totally yours. In this way, you can pretty much see where the tree is going. You can add as many less leaves as you want. You can even combine colors. You can make fall trees by combining yellow, red, and orange leaves. Then I am just going to make one summer tree with a little bit of flower border. Just like the forever tree, we also will add decorations because the forever tree was for parties, weddings. So we're going to create also our own decorations for our party tree, just like how this tree is for little streamers.
We got some candy wrappers from some chocolate. If you want to just cut off some candy wrappers, you can add little party decorations to your tree, just like the forever tree. We got one for the pink tree.
Let's say we will add right here. And again, even for this type of candy wrapper, it is still hot, so make sure when you're putting it on, you're putting it fast and stepping away from it. Also, with the hot glue, you're going to have your little strings all over the place, so you just take it off and let it fly. And here we have our first little party tree. And again, it can be a tree for any occasion. You can always build this up the more that you make your tree of making little houses out of sticks if you want. You can make your own forest of trees that we have all around here. And pretty much, this is how you make your own